FX Nation, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And in this video guys, we're going to take a look and we're going to talk about intraday trading. All right, what does that look like to you? What does it mean and how you should do some intraday trading? All right guys, so without further ado, let's get this started. All right, guys, so welcome back. Before we get this video started, guys, if the audio seems different on this video than any other video, it's because I'm using a different microphone since I am not home. I'm in a different country, actually. So let's get this started here, guys. What are we talking about when we say intraday trading? Or what is intraday trading, right? So intraday trading, all that really means is essentially you're trading opening and closing positions in the same day, right? So you're not holding positions overnight or over a weekend or anything like that. Literally, you're just opening a trade on and closing a trade at the same on the same day. That's all that means. And the majority of traders out there that trade Forex, a huge percentage of them, I would say probably over 80% of them are actual retail traders, at least, are intraday traders, right? They trade and they basically open positions and they close positions during the same day. All right. So what does that look like essentially for us? All right. If you know on this particular channel, or if you're new to this channel, we like to trade essentially with market makers. If you have not checked out our playlist, by all means go right ahead, and I'll leave a link on the right hand corner so you can check the playlist out on trading with market makers, and you'll learn a lot about how we trade. But what we're going to do is, when it comes down to it, guys, and we're talking about intraday trading, and we're talking about trading, on a daily basis, for most of us, we're literally, when we break it down, it all comes down to essentially trading off either the high of the day or the low of the day. The market itself every day makes a high and then makes a low. Every day it does that, no matter what, right? So our job really to get the best possible trades available, our job is to go ahead and trade, from the high or from the low of the day. So we look at, let's say, this Euro-Australian pair, and we can see that it made a high, the high of the day essentially during the Asian session here, and the low of the day was made during the U.S. session. And that's very typical of pairs, right? Is that it'll make one of either the high or the low during, a session, whether it be the London session or the Asian session, and it really just depends on what pair. And then the opposite will happen during the next session, right? So let's say if a pair makes a high of the day during London, then you can definitely expect the low of the day to be created during the U.S. session. Whether that's actually happening, let's say if it's making the low of the day for like continuation trading or something like that, I mean, at the end of the day, you're still going to make a high and a low of the day no matter what. Okay. Now there's going to be certain days where the high and the low of the day is actually just sitting in a range, kind of like what you see here on Euro AUD right now, right? You'll see that basically throughout the day, this particular day, it traded essentially in a range, in a ranging market, right? So in these type of days, it'll make it pretty hard for you to make some decent amount of money, because essentially what we really want to look for are these bigger moves here that happen throughout the day, and that's basically trading it off the high so you can get, take the whole move down, and then trade off the low of the day, presumably during the U.S. session, essentially. And that really just depends on the type of pair that you actually trade. So if you're trading like an Australian pair or a New Zealand pair, then you're more than likely going to find that those particular pairs create the high or the low of the day during the Asian session, simply because during that session is basically the 5 o'clock Eastern time session starts Sydney, and then it goes into Tokyo. So the Sydney session is where you would have a lot of AUD news, NZD news that happened around that time frame. So very likely that you will find, for just example, AUD NZD pairs, that the high or the low of the day could be made. A lot of the times it happens during the Asian session because of that. So, here is, let's say, what is this? Pound AUD. And you can see essentially it made the high of the day, again, during the Asian session. Right before, right after the Tokyo session, probably like, 2 hours into the Tokyo session, it made the high of the day, and then it's dropped the rest of the day. So depending on the actual pair that you trade, will allow you to essentially see, where that high or the low of the day will be made. So if you're trading like, let's say, a euro pound pair, then obviously the high or the low of the day should be made the majority of the time during the London, the London session, right? So the London session will create, let's say, a low of the day, and then the high of the day will be created during, let's say, the U.S. session. So let's say, yesterday, for example, we have the low of the day here was created right at 3 o'clock, 2:45, 3 o'clock, and then the high of the day was created right at 11. So here you can see what I'm talking about, where low of the day during London, high of the day was created during the U.S. Session. Same thing for here. You can see the spike up happened at 5 o'clock in the morning. So that's during London, and then the low of the day you can see made a W here, and this happens 11 o'clock or so during the U.S. session. So you'll see that this plays out the majority of the time on these pairs, and so just keep in mind on the actual pairs that you trade, on what sessions you would expect the high or the low to be created. So one of the best things that I can tell you to do always, and I always stress this anyways, is pick a pair and do some back testing on it and see how many times did it create the low of the day or high of the day during the Asian session compared to, let's say, the London session, because it's going to create either the high or the low during one of those two sessions. That's for sure. And then the remainder should be made during the U.S. session, right? So just be aware of that, guys, and do some back testing on. Pick a pair, doesn't matter what pair it is, and just go through, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see that the high of the day, and let's say this is still euro pound, you can see that the high of the day here was created right at 3 o'clock. Low of the day here, was around 11 o'clock. So you can do this back and forth, and you'll see where you'll get your data from. And you can see this is happening over and over and over again. You'll see, like here in this example, the low of the day was created right at the Tokyo Open on this pair for some reason, and then the high of the day was created during the U.S. session. So depending on the session that you trade, let's say if you trade the U.S. session, then what kind of ideas does that give you as far as your trading strategy goes? If you're trading the New York session, then you should be looking for, a lot of the times, you should be looking for reversals, you know, that happen from either the high or the low being created during the London session. So if you're trading, let's say, a, I don't know, USD CAD or something like that, you know, and, or USD CAD, Pound USD, Euro USD, any of those, and you trade the US session, I mean, I think you would probably have a good advantage because you already know whether or not, you know, what was created during the London and Asian session, which is either the high or the low. So that's an advantage to know right there. The only problem that I find with the U.S. session is that a lot of times the reversals that you want to catch and be on are not, they don't move that much, right? So they only move typically like 20, 30 pips. The only exception to that would be the ones that are news induced, right? So the FOMC news that happens, or NFP, or CPI or something like that, you know, that creates a lot of volatility in the market. Those are different, you know, those days are completely different. But the majority of the time, you're going to find that, you know, you're looking at possibly getting, you know, maybe 20 to 30 pips the majority of the time during the U.S. session. Again, the only time that I could see that ever changing is during news events, and then also I have seen it as well with continuation trades as well. So those will be the two exceptions. But other than that, I mean, intraday trading, guys, when we really break it down, is very simple, right? It's you putting in a trade and taking yourself out of that trade during the same day. Granted, if you're trading the way that we like to trade, is you're essentially looking to trade off of the high or the low of the day. That's it. It's very simple. Every day a low is created, every day a high is created on every single pair. Okay? Every single pair does it every day. So there's always going to be an opportunity for you to trade if you can catch the low or the high of the day. So how can you get good at catching the high and the low of the day? Well, I would tell you, if you pick 2 or 3 pairs that you like to trade, and then do some back testing on them. Get some data on them, right? Do some back testing and see how many times, you know, what's the average, you know, hour that that the high or the low happens, let's say during the London session. So if you pick a pair like Pound USD, you know, if you go back for like a year, how many times in that year, what's the trading window essentially for it creating a high or low of the day? Because I can tell you that there is a trading window for that pair, that it creates the high or the low of the day during a specific time range that it happens. So if you do the back testing, you'll have that information, and how much more of an advantage is that essentially going to give you when you're trading, if you know that between, you know, let's say, for example, I don't know, 3:30 to 5 o'clock, that the high or the low of the day on Pound USD is created. How much more of an advantage could that give you for trading? I mean, you got to get every kind of advantage that you can get, because to be honest with you, this isn't, you know, the simplest career to choose from when it comes to trading, right? It's very difficult, and if anybody tells you it's easy, they're just full of bullshit. So do the back testing, and you'll get some data on a specific pair, and you'll get the information that you need, and that'll just give you that much more of an advantage when it comes to trading. All right. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. What we're going to try to do moving forward is we're going to do one video a week. All right, we're going to do one video a week, and we're probably going to do it, let's say, every Tuesday. We'll release a new video. All right. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. All right, guys. Thank you so much and have a good one. Guys, one last thing. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate the fact that you take the time to watch my videos. I really hope that I've added value in each of the videos that I make for you guys, and I hope that you're learning something. As always, guys, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please like and share the videos if you found value in them. And also, don't forget to visit our website at www.fxntradinggroup.com. Once again, guys, thank you so much. I'm truly blessed.